Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome all of you to the letter writing class. Letter writing class, we are basically discussing how to write formal letters, how to write business letters. We have discussed the formats. So I will again repeat the format once again. And last day we discussed cover letter. What is cover letter? I told you that cover letter is something where you need to write your skills and experience. So you should sometimes you have to attach the letter with your resume. So your cover letter is not a replacement of your resume, but sometimes the employers need it so that they can see how good you are at writing. How are your like expression skills, all these things. So this was the sample of cover letter. First, you have to write to whom you are writing. Then you should include the salutation. Then the body is coming. Introduction should be there. You can introduce the letter like this. Like, I am writing to express my interest in the summer internship program with a marketing company. Then you have to come to the next paragraph, like where you are currently working or previously you have worked. Then you have to also state that where did you see the advertisement, then what you want to do after this job, or if you are doing graduation or any study, what you want to do, uh, and you would likely like take the opportunity for what reason, and why do you think that this is a good opportunity. All these things you have to mention. Then you have to write a thank you note. And thank you for your consideration, and then sincerely your name. Now recommendation letter also we have mentioned that recommendation is written by someone who is like a professor or some high designated person will write a letter for you or for any student. Because like maybe you are going to any university uh, or you are going for a job, then some companies need this letter of recommendation. Just a second. But every letter of recommendation is like will be different, because every student are different and their skills are different. Okay. Okay, now this is one sample letter of recommendation. So you can see salutation is there. First, you have to state, if you are writing that, who you are, and how do you know the person for whom you are writing. You have to also state that she is a good student or excellent student. You have to mention her skills, her positive things. Then you have to write that what you believe like she can continue to grow and expand as a writer. and she gathers more life experience. All these things you have to write. This was letter of recommendation. We have already discussed this. So I hope that you have no confusion regarding this. So now this is one sample thank you letter. Thank you letter is basically written by you to thank you some company who is going to hire you. So first you have to write like give the address and date. Then you have to give the salutation. Then you can like start writing the letter like thank you for interviewing my yesterday for the for which position for the assistant account manager. I enjoyed meeting you and learning more about Apple and your philosophy toward advertising and business relations. So my enthusiasm for the position and my interest in working for Apple have been strengthened because of the interview. So Apple's emphasis for the client and open communication policy, etc., etc. Right? I want to reiterate my strong interest in working with Apple, your company, and this position after the exact opportunity I seek. So please feel free to call me at this number. See your name. So what should be included in a follow-up letter? So here are the steps you should take to write an impactful follow-up letter. So you have to use the proper formatting and structure. Then the contact information and the date. You have to include a salutation, express appreciation, express your enthusiasm, complimentary clause and name. Now, how can you write a job offer letter? Suppose you are working as a HR in some company, so then you have to write some job offer letter to some employees. So how can you write that? So a job offer letter or employment offer letter is designed to formally offer a job to a candidate. So it provides an introduction of the position, the company, and the other relevant job details, including the start date, compensation, benefits, and work hours. That will help the candidate decide whether or not to accept the job offer. So in the job offer letter, employee gets when he or she is selected in the interview. So in the offer letter, everything will be mentioned. Job details, start date, compensation, benefits, work hours, all these things will be mentioned. Okay, when should you say in the job offer letter? So while some companies hire you on the spot and others take some time before they make a decision, the job offer letter is usually sent after extending a verbal offer to the candidate who passed the background check, proof of employment eligibility, reference check, etc. So once you have found your top candidate, you need to act quickly to get him or her off the job market. And sending your job letter will help you to do it. So bear in mind that top companies will most likely get several companies, they want to hire them. So basically there are a lot of companies in the market, a lot of candidates also. But among them, who is the best candidate? If you want to hire them, you have to get a job offer letter first, so that you are like you proceed to some steps earlier, that you can book the candidate from all the markets, from the job market. The guidelines for writing a job offer letter. So here are some different elements that should be included in a job offer letter. Like there is a standard format, so you can choose to reorder the details depending on the company and the position. So company logo should be there. Make sure to use the official letterhead with your company logo. It makes your letter professional and legitimate, encouraging the candidate to read it thoroughly. So an official letter should have some proper format, and official logo is very important, and it encourages people to read it thoroughly. The date and contact details include the date as well as the full name and complete address of the candidate. The opening line, you can make the greeting opening line formal or casual, depending on the company culture. Like you can start with dear, and then you can offer him or her job on a positive note, such we are pleased to offer you a position at the company. Now, specific details about the job you have to give. Then you have to mention the salary, like how much you will get per year, per month, or per hour. How often will he or she get paid, and how mode of the payment. So if applicable, you can also share the bonus or commission structure. The benefits, provide a summary of key company benefits such as insurance, paid time off, and flexible work hours, and remote or work from home options. Everything you have to mention there. In actual status, it means that the company and its employees can terminate the employment or for whatever reason at any given time. So you may want to seek legal guidance when discussing the actual status to avoid problems later on. The expiry date, it's up to you if you want to include an expiry date or not. Like suppose what is the last date of accepting the job offer? Closing line, include details on how the candidate can reach you in case he or she has questions about the job offer. Please look at the point once again. These are the things you have to like follow when you're writing a job offer. Please look at the points once again. Okay. This is one sample job offer letter. So like the I know there are some problems with the letter, but please try to see. Like office address is there, and you will be expected to work from this work hours and days of the week. So for this position, the starting salary is this, and that will be paid on monthly basis through check. The first pay period will be on date. Aside from the salary, we are offering key benefits such as insurance, paid time off, etc. The benefits package will be explained in more detail during the employee orientation. So your employment with will be on actual status. So it remains that you and the company can terminate the employment for whatever reason at any time. Should you accept this job offer, please sign and return the letter and report. If you have any question, you can contact here. This way you have to write a job offer letter. Just a second. I will show you a good offer letter so that you can understand better. You can see the salutation is there, job title is there, job description is there, starting date is there, reporting structure is also there, salary is there, benefits information and eligibility is there, acknowledgement to offer is there. So like this, you have to write offer letter. Now I would ask everyone to write a cover letter at home and like keep it ready. You will need it at any time in your life. Like a good company always needs a cover letter. So you should write that. So we can see another cover letter example. So like this, your like recruiter's address is should be there. This one, your name, address, everything should be there. To whom you are writing. Opening paragraph should be there. The body should be there. Your experience and all. Closing paragraph should be there. And the thing is, there are a lot of websites available nowadays who can write your cover letter for you. Like you can make your sample cover letter there. So you can also do that. Okay, now what is sales letter? Sales letter is written in pitch to attract potential customers to a product or service. You can understand by the name that it is a business letter and is related to sales. Sales letter, it basically attracts potential customers to your product or company. The goal of a sales letter is to show a customer how your business will benefit them. So when a consumer thinks about meeting their needs, they are less focused on the idea of business transaction, which can lead to a sale. Business use sales letter in both online and print formats. So sales letters are a form of direct marketing that can be effective if they are composed using persuasive techniques and strong content. They allow business to make a personal connection with current or prospective customers. So let's see one example of sales letter. This is one example of sales letter. So just see the body of the letter, bringing the classroom to you. That's the new age of education where you can have benefit of saving your money normally used for parking, no headaches of scheduling or having to wait week for an opening to take one class, and no need for a vehicle because you don't have to travel anywhere. This is a class where you can wear your pajamas to school and you get weird looks and get your credit hours when you choose and not when the school chooses. Convenience is the key. So that's why Dill's Consulting incorporated the leader in fire safety training service. In online training, blah, 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 you have to read this. So sales letter is doing what? You have to attract the attention of the customers. So that you have to write some key lines, key words. Like suppose they have written here, you can come here in your pajamas. So it will attract the customer, like what you are writing. This way you have to write the sales letter. So today we'll conclude here only. Do you have any query? Thank you. Thank you. We'll meet again.